So anyways, let's talk about a flat top grill, everybody. Oh, do I want to get a flat top grill? I told you a few weeks ago when John Favreau, was shooting some stuff that possibly, I don't know, he might do some footage with, cooking at his place. I went over to the taping, me and the lovely Nia, and we got to hang out with Chef Roy Choi, who started the whole gourmet food truck thing. They cooked on a griddle, which is something I never did. Even when I worked in a restaurant, I cooked on a mesquite grill. I did burgers, shrimp brochette, chicken sandwich, whatever the fuck you want, right? But I never worked with on a griddle before, and now I am so fucking into those things. It's ridiculous. And I found this one on the internet. I'm not going to tell you the name of it. Just look up flat top fucking grill. There's two. It's not the Blackstone one. This is like a smaller one. It's more compact for my little LA backyard. And I'm trying to convince my wife to let me get it, man. Because we're redoing the kitchen. And so when we went to go do the stove, like the one that had the little griddle on it was just going to take up too much counter space. We have like a small kitchen area. And the number one thing was I hated there was like no prep area in the kitchen. And I hated the island. Have I ever told you guys that? How much I hate a fucking island in a kitchen? I don't care if it can fit. In my kitchen, it couldn't fit. They just put an island in there because it was like the fucking thing to do. And you just walk. It's like having a fucking hippo that passed out on booze. And you just got to walk around. Like the worst fucking thing is whatever you're at the stove and whatever you need is diagonally across the other side of the fucking island. You got to walk all around it. Okay? Now, for all my friends around the world in war-torn countries, this is what you complain about in the United States of America. That goddamn island in your fucking brand new kitchen, right? Sorry. But anyways, so we didn't get the griddle, and now I'm already kicking myself because we ended up going with this stove. It has 6 burners. I'm like, well, there's 2 of us. Like, what the fuck do we want? Even when we have Thanksgiving dinner, I've never had more than 3 going at a time. You know what I mean? You got something in the oven, you got something else, and so you got 2 sides, maybe 3 sides, right? That's it. You don't need 6. I should have got the fucking griddle. But then I saw there's this attachment that you can get that you put the griddle on top, but it's not the same because now you're kind of controlling the heat with like the burners. So what I would do is I put one on simmer, right, or low, and then the other one I'd put it up on the cooking heat so I can do that whole fucking thing of moving the food around. If it's going too fast, if it needs to chill, if the bread's browning up but the cheese hasn't melted yet, all that shit that I learned. If Favreau ever puts that shit out, dude, I'm telling you, man, I learned more goddamn shit about cooking just with that, controlling the heat and moving it around and actually looking at the stuff. I can't even, beside myself, I immediately became 15 to 20% better cook than I was, which isn't hard because I suck. But anyway, so I started watching this guy. You guys got to check this guy out on YouTube. He actually promotes the grill that I wasn't going to get. It's just a little too big for me, but it's the Blackstone grill. And there's this guy, what the fuck does he call himself? He goes by Todd Toven, Toddtoven. And what does he call himself? Oh, the Rocky Mountain Meat Hunter. All right? He's on Twitter, at RockyMountainMeatHunter.com. But you don't need to go to Twitter unless you want to just tell him you like his videos. But you just watch this guy fucking cook. I know he's hyping all these barbecue sauces and rubs and all that shit, but good for him. The man's got to make a living. But the shit that he makes is fucking unbelievable. And, dude, when you see this griddle, there's no fucking way. Just to let you guys know, they make a smaller one that I'm thinking about getting. But, dude, it's fucking ridiculous. He's making fucking cheesesteaks. He's making quesadillas. He made pizza and this other fucking thing. He's toasting up the buns. He's got his onions and peppers going. He's got elk on the grill, whatever the fuck you want. I actually watched this guy. I was so inspired by him. And in a frying pan, I took some of that elk that Rogan gave me, and I made, late at night, I made a sort of my version of an elk cheesesteak. I had some peppers and onions going with a little bit of mushroom, right? And then the meat that he gave me is more like hamburger. So it was more the consistency of hamburger. So I couldn't really lay it in. I had to kind of pour it into the bun. But I put the provolone on top. I don't like the whiz, dude. I don't like the whiz. Provolone on top. I could have seasoned the meat a little bit more. Just my salt shaker. I don't know what it is. I can't see it coming out. It comes out so finely, and I was tasting it. and I didn't want to oversalt it, but I needed to. I probably should put like I don't know, garlic salt or something like that in there. But little cheese on top with the mushrooms and then the peppers, and then I had the best fucking roll ever. And I made this thing like 1 a.m. I was coming home from doing my spots, and I made it, and Nia sitting there going, "What are you doing? It's too late." And then I made the thing. I came walking in, and she was like, "What is that?" Right? And I gave her a bite, and then of course, she does that fucking shit. I want one. Oh, look who it is. Oh, she just called, and I missed the call. Anyways, so I am crazy into doing that. So I'm thinking about getting that for the backyard. We'll see. He has already given me, she knows what she's doing. She's just sort of, like when you're really excited about getting something, and your wife just sort of is quiet and nods. That means they don't want you to get it. And they're just hoping that your excitement will go away after a couple of days. But I do the same thing to her. What's up, buddy? You totally know how to work the angles, don't you, Cleo? Sometimes when she wants something, rather than coming over and being crazy, she just comes over and she'll just put her head on my leg and then just sort of look at me. How do you resist that?